All right, here for my daily session coming in right at the close. Haven't checked in a good 24 hours. And yeah, that's how I've been positioned. The month's been going well. I have a couple open positions showing profit. And I have, yeah, I really like the BNB hedge, even if this fails. It's helping me to not freak out about Bitcoin running from me. So let's go take a look. AXL is working. CFX didn't work. BNB looks good. So wow, I didn't get filled on Bitcoin, but BNB looks excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I expect some volatility here, but this missed me by $70, and then it missed me here by $100, which is a little bit sad. But again, I have the BNB longs, which is pretty big, and I wouldn't have kept adding on to these if not for the Bitcoin. So I'm gonna go ahead and look and see. CFX is a goner. I gave back almost $1,000 on that, but BNB is showing a $3,000 profit, so it doesn't need to be perfect to make money. Here's the thing. I'm showing profit for so many consecutive days. And that's what really matters. So, okay, so I do need to log um, the loss that I have on CFX, or not a loss. Oh, I had an ETH short that was a loss too. Yeah, I didn't really like that one, but I did it. Yeah, I should have not, maybe, but it's okay. 4 hour limit. Okay. Date closed. This is negative 423. And then for CFX, which went $1,000 in my favor, but it just didn't hit. It didn't hit TP, which is fine. Um, I think it did almost flash negative somewhere in here. Maybe it would have been good to try to get more from that, but it's okay. 14. And I made off of this one $71. And I'm not going to mark it as a win or a loss. So the BNB, I'm floating about $3,000 in profit right now, so that's cool. Okay, yeah, ETH done. All right. So whatever happened, just need to focus on where we are, and let's do that. Gold, silver, US 100, US 200, all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. Wow. I haven't looked at Nvidia in a while. I hear it's back at all-time highs though. Um, it's not. Okay. So, yeah. Now again, I had a limit at 58,800 something, and if I was holding it, it would be showing $8,000 in profit. However, I'm not, and it's okay. Just gotta focus on where we are. We're seeing we've tapped that mostly. Doge, ETH, Solana. We're just gonna go through everything. BNB not as strong as I want to see, but it is what it is. Okay, XRP total. I wonder if there's specific news. Okay. Not seeing anything. Total three others. Um, it's definitely a, danger zone for longs, considering it was such a sharp move up, and we've just rejected on this high. I don't, will not short Bitcoin, but we do need to look, um, possible possible danger. So yeah, I think it's possible I erred with CFX. We're gonna go look under the hood on it, but when price was down here, yeah. I am in this one, which is working. Chili's is interesting. It actually failed at the same, just barely took it. So Chili's is interesting. Arkham is also interesting. That's one I hadn't been interested in, but yeah. I'm still not willing to just FOMO chase into Bitcoin. Um, rather limit lower. If I want a long exposure, I have uh, BNB. I've got a pretty large position on that, so I just stay with it. ENA, so that's one I have with. Honestly, there's a lot of short signals on the market, including Bitcoin. I don't want to fade Bitcoin, but yeah, Ohm is cruising to new highs. Ohm is one of the few that actually has some real world usage, so I'm trying to avoid. There's a lot of short signals today, so I can maybe hold. Yeah, we need to look under the hood to see what's going on, though. I mean, even Bitcoin is in a dangerous place on the chart. Um, Emotionally, I will say that GMT, having the BNB long is super helpful. Bitcoin Cash, yo, wow, boom, whatever this one. There's a lot of possible shorts in the next couple days on alts. Again, I'm not gonna go in and short Bitcoin, but we gotta see what's going on. Haha, yo, it would be a little bit different if I now if I had the Bitcoin long, I would still be holding it. That said, did I already mark with? That said, um, my BNB long is larger because I didn't get filled on Bitcoin. I went and I made it bigger. Saw the breakouts too. Yeah, I, yeah, I kind of dislike the ETH short I had, but I mean, I'm just where I am, so. Um, I mean, where it is, okay, on Coinbase, it looks fine, but we gotta look under the hood and see what happened. But we're TPing right here. Now, I'm expecting higher, but when there's like a couple really sharp moves here into a TP, um, it's just not a safe place too long. It would have been nice to catch this whole leg, but we're gonna look under the hood, but the idea of price coming under here, pulling back into here would be a good buy place. Doesn't need to happen, but here would also be interesting. ETH, just want to wait on, but I'm just noting this little spurt up here. Yeah, BNB, would love to see that keep going. CFX is done, right? I got stopped out. Okay, we're in AXL, and there's a few to look at, but we got to go under the hood. I'm interested to see what is the funding rate. I'm going to start with the three majors, BTC, ETH, and BNB. Okay, well, what we're seeing is, what are we saying? Funding is hot. That doesn't mean it can't keep going higher, but ooh, it's the highest it's been on Bitcoin since July. So this is the most the market has been positioned long since July. And if we're actually to go on by volume, it's the most long the market has been since June 6th before significant drop back. And we're also seeing a lot of sell signals. So I might carry my BNB. I might close part of it, but I'm same thing for ETH. I'm definitely looking for shorts on alts right now. I do think Bitcoin will carry to all-time highs, but I don't know that it would happen in a straight line, and I don't actually even need to be a part of that to make money. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a look. CBD, open interest. I need funding. I want the funding rate. Okay, hang on. Let's look at ETH and BNB first, and then it really depends, but I see myself adding or opening at least one short here. So something interesting I'm noting on Bitcoin. Um, Funding is very high, and there's a large increase in open interest. This move up had $100 million in longs open, right? So we are seeing, yes, spot participated, but there's also a lot of leverage behind this move, which makes me not want to chase in. And also, I like the idea of maybe, um, we'll see BNB, but I know people are gotta be super gloating, and yeah, we're measuring at pretty high levels of greed right now. I like here retracement all the way back to here. It's possible that doesn't happen, but um yeah, it's when was the last time open interest was at 20 billion? Like the open interest is the highest it's been since this isn't measuring correctly. The data's not right. There was some change in data back here, but it's the highest open interest has been since April, which is not really a good thing. It can go higher, but the amount of leverage right now is extremely high. So I want to take a look around the room and see what looks the weakest. $200 million of shorts in 24, $100 million in Bitcoin shorts were blown out. So yeah, I want to fix this, which might mean bailing and trying longs lower, most likely. Yeah, same thing on BNB. It feels a little dangerous. Let's look at the total. It's just such a straight line up, which could continue. It could just keep going. But funding is already so hot here. And there's a lot of I'm kind of interested in opening limits lower. I mean, we have the same thing. We've got a pretty hefty increase in open interest, spot buying, but ETH looks really bloated. Okay, let's look. Oh, I mean, spot's really participating, but as well, we went from $8 billion to 9.25 billion in open interest. There's roughly $100 million in leverage longs in this move, right? This looks like an area move that's going to retrace, actually, is what it looks like to me. And I'm sort of sad that I got blown out on my short here. But if we get a fair value gap that opens, I would maybe be interested in piecing out. Uh, but we're in no rush to do anything right now. So now we're gonna look at Axel, Chili's, Arkham, ENA, Whiff, Blur, and choose from among the best ones. Um, Again, if I were to long Bitcoin, I like longing it under here. This move is particularly on ETH is straight up air, right? Like we should look for price to come back under. Um, on ETH, I'm kind of interested in shorts, man. I want to bag my long on BNB. I do. It looks crazy. Okay. Well, let's hang on for a moment. AXL. Um, Whiff. ENA. What are the other ones? There's Blur. I want to get out of this, and I want to get short on other things. But I want to see. I want to see. There's Athena, Blur. Okay. I'm feeling very proud of myself emotionally. I feel good. And it's not showing up in the document yet because I have $3,000 profit on BNB floating, but I'm up like 4 grand in the month, which is pretty good considering I've reduced my trading size quite a bit. My average risk is $500 and I'm up 4 grand in the month. Really good. Okay, so let's start with AXL. It looks okay, maybe okay to stay. We're just kind of slowly bleeding out, but maybe don't like it as that much. We'll see if there's some better looking ones. I don't like Whiff. I'm not going to trade Whiff. Um, just because the spot line is too much, and we also don't have an insane much of an increase in open interest. So I'm gonna pull Whiff, and it's possible we stay with the longs because nothing looks right. But I'm gonna say with Whiff is too much spot buying to short here. Okay, so Whiff is gone. We're not gonna do Whiff. AXL I don't love honestly, but maybe we can stick with it. Athena is showing negative funding, so there's also not an option. Although, yeah, there was a lot of spot buying that supported it. We have almost a 50% increase in open interest, but we need to wait for, um, yeah, so Ethena can leave that alone, I guess. Blur, I mean, we're seeing spot activity, so put 23 million to 31 million dollars increase in open interest. It's pretty significant. So Blur, I kind of like Blur. I like it more for sure. ENA, and then Arkham and CHZ are both in the possibilities. Yeah. It is possible the majors just keep ripping, and I would regret closing my BNB long. So come back to this. Okay, open interest. I'm not trying to manage my hopes or expectations. I'm just trying to make money. So here we have Arkham. This one looks doable. I mean, again, we went from $19 million in open interest to 36 million. There is some spot participation, but so it's not perfect. I mean, it's weird though how much the open interest is following the spot. Chili's is negative funding. Again, I know that Chili's looks like this because there's a reward, an airdrop for holding it, and people are buying the spot and selling. And we've had an increase from 22 to 51 million. Okay. This is a tough scenario for me. We're like, okay, we're 20 minutes into the new day. I would like to leave BNB alone. I mean, honestly, none of the shorts look very good now that I look under the hood. Chili's is negative funding. Athena has negative funding. Blur is doable, but is not a crazy increase. Blur is doable. Arkham is doable, but I don't really like that it seems more spot driven. Arkham, Chili's, Blur. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I may just be left out here, but it's okay if that happens. There'll be more opportunities to get in and participate, and I'm participating via BNB. So for Bitcoin, I kind of like leaving. I mean, this is a significant low. I kind of like leaving it down here. I think this is also interesting, but right, I want at least a daily low, right? Um, I wouldn't be surprised if it just cruises straight to all-time highs from here, no pullbacks. Just having seen this happen before, which makes me want to just sit with the BNB. BNB doesn't look too bad. It's not like crazy funding. Open interest is not at a new high. Spot is participating. Price is going higher. We haven't hit a major high. Um, how's BNB BTC looking? Yeah, it didn't do as well, but it's okay. Okay, gas. Or I think Chile's is shortable, but then there's a cost, right? So that's one of the reasons. So let me see if there's a cost to shorting Chile's on. Yeah, there is. So I'm not gonna do Chile's just because I don't want to sit in here and pay the fee as well. Honestly, none of them look that good. Do I still like a short on ETH up here? I'm okay with trying it, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's showing over 3,000. I mean, I could complain, but like I'm up 1,000 from yesterday. I'm up consistently every day for a while here. So let's think about this. Again, there's a huge amount of leverage that's come in on Bitcoin. But what's really interesting is a lot of the alts look, Chili's is done, maybe healthier. Arkham, it's a huge increase in open interest. Or, or not as much. I don't know, 22 to 30 is a 50% increase. This is just more of a like insane move where it's like open interest just moons, right? Where it's like, if we look, okay, it's not going to give me the price history. Yeah, it just jumps. I like what BNB is doing. I think I'm going to stay with BNB. Um, and I am going to pick a few of the weaker alts. Bor, Arkham, and ENA. Arkham, Arkham's doable. This is leverage on Arkham. Which one? This candle right here was leverage. So wherever my long is, the idea would be to target the liquidation of this. So Arkham I like just because I know the leverage, and also it's been floundering up here for a little bit, like it didn't progress. So something like this. So 3R if it were to go. So there's Arkham. Then we have Blur. Blur doesn't look as good to me. I mean here I kind of like that. Like this is leverage coming in. Aiming for just the low of this sort of consolidation. This may be okay. What is the signal looking like? Blur is not even signaling though is the thing. Like it actually didn't close under. Ever. But it also means I could potentially get it at a high price. ENA, let's look at ENA. I think ENA I don't like because it's negative funding, so I think ENA will leave alone. That's positive over here. My account looks super healthy, actually. It looks really good. I think I might shoot a shot on ENA too. Like I know that this is leverage. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave my BNB along. Most likely just leave it alone and then look to buy some alt shorts. What would Blur look like? Blur doesn't look as good to me because it's just for a lot of reasons. Like it's near the highs. It hasn't had a strong rejection. It actually didn't close under this. And there hasn't been like an insanely inefficient move. So I think I'm gonna leave Blur alone and I'm actually gonna look at these two as possibilities. BNB is continuing higher. It's actually leading. At this very moment, it is at the high, so beyond the high. So it could reject here. Probably will. This is an area to like maybe just claim it. I think I'm just gonna claim it because I'm looking for a reason to get out and I'm just gonna do it. Okay. That might have been wrong, but I'm gonna look to re-enter on longs anyways. And okay, we can bag that. So BNB was $3,067 uh profit. Okay. 10, 14, 24, $3,000 and 67. So we did that. I like it. I mean, I like it. Um, so now I'm gonna take Arkham and ENA shorts. Start with ENA. I'm seeing these 1 hour gaps. Yes, ENA. Okay. My stop's going to be 15%, so I don't want a lot of leverage on this. Okay. Let's look at my ENA. My stop loss, I'm going to put it at 1 ATR. I'm going to allow it to sweep. So 0.47. It might make sense to have a nearer, but let me get in quick. 0.47. That's how I'm going to start. 0.47. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with this for now, and then target down here, which will be 0.2556. It's just maybe too far to target, right? No, we can do it. 0.2556. Okay. And we're gonna do Arkham as well. Yo, closing a $3,000 trade feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. 7x. I can have 10x leverage here. At the market. I'm gonna sell at the market here. Okay. Arkham TP stop loss. My stop loss is gonna be running pretty wide here. 1.925. Okay. And then the TP down here at 1.27. 0.27. I want my Arkham position to be a little bit larger and my ENA position to be a little bit smaller because I think it's a little bit of a better setup. Just gonna close a little bit here. I tried to accidentally close it as a limit. Limit. Arkham. AXL. No, I got out. Okay. So we're gonna do that. And I want to think about, I mean, since I got out, right, where did I get out on BNB? I know it's, why did I do that? Is because I know that the market's weak and a sweep of the highs, like, I mean, for my position, that saved me hundreds of dollars already, right? I think this whole thing could reverse for ETH. That said, my limit was too low, and I don't need more short exposure because I have these three. So now I just think about limits longs lower. I could run breakout longs higher, but I don't really want to do that. Um, so if I want this, I like this long on Bitcoin. Okay, BNB, that was awesome. I risked 500 and made 3,000. Okay, so if I want to be long, I can have higher limits like FOMO longs. Yeah, I mean also look where BNB was. It's just this daily fair value gap here. So if I want FOMO longs, they would be a little bit higher. And I could, man, what a great fucking exit locally on BNB. And yeah, I mean, immediately the market's dumping. ENA, my stop is maybe unnecessarily far because we already created a couple fair value gaps here. Um, my stop's probably unnecessarily wide here, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay. So it's just a matter of limits lower, right? So on the market itself, I know I want to bid under here. The question is, sorry, I know I want to bid under here. The question is, do I want to bid under here or do I want to bid under here? I would say no to the first one, and I'm just aware that I can miss. So I'm going to leave this. I know I want to leave this. I like this one a lot. The question is if I want to, yeah, I think I had a Bitcoin long still. Do I need to close it? Axle, limit, BNB. I have this BNB long all the way down here also. Which I'm okay leaving alone for now. Bitcoin, I have this one, I have an ETH short, and then I have 57,000. No, yeah, 57. Yeah, this one. So the question is, again, I don't feel like I'm supposed to chase here. Part of me wants to, but was an insane increase in leverage that happened here. Again, the highest since April, June, July highs on a number of assets. So there could be a pretty huge unwinding. This is a place I want to try. It's just a matter of do I want to as like a kind of FOMO long um do I want to try to be a buyer in this region on Bitcoin and BNB, which on BNB would be right here in this region. So those are decisions to be made. Um, we're gonna look at, okay. And it's entirely possible price doesn't retrace at all. That is possible. Okay, so I'm done with the alts. I'm spending a little bit more time today because I consider this a high opportunity moment. Yeah. Okay, so let's look. Here. No, we need to go under that because that's where the open interest went crazy. Um, yeah, we need to look under that, honestly. And yeah, I'm okay waiting. What I can do is increase the size now. So for BNB, yeah, I think I want to look down here for now. Um, what I can do for Bitcoin is increase the size of my long from lower. So that's something that I can do because I'm gonna have what a great exit. I got out like my BNB long was like 100 BNB and I got out $400 higher. Just saw that happen. Market is absolutely giga turbo dumping. Everything's going great. What a great month. Glory to God. Thank you. Yeah, we cannot. I have to wait for here. Price can just giga launch higher. It's possible, but I'm gonna stick with high probability. Yeah, I'm just proud of myself instead of complaining about, oh, I missed my Bitcoin fill by $70. Well, I did. Yeah, we look in the monthly. That's the spot. So I could maybe even aim a little bit lower. Right now it's showing like 61, but I'm gonna look under that. Okay, let's look closer at this area. I mean, this is the area, and I want to look at BNB too. So I have multiples, but this is the area. So I'm looking at 61,900. And here the hot spot is 61,600. And over here, yeah, I mean, and if I use the heat map, I was too low, right? I was too low on my entry. So 61,600 is what it's showing. 900. Um, nice. Okay, 8 p.m. Monday. Okay. Um, Again, it might not happen and it might push up higher first, but it is a short signal, and when I look, it's pretty ugly. Haha. Yeah, maybe BNB just keeps going. That said, just gonna stick with the idea for now. So there for Bitcoin. I like it where it is. I guess I could look at this and say, well, what's the 50% point of this? 61, 650, 61, 631, which on Bitcoin is basically perfect. So I'm okay with doing that and putting my stop like a little bit further. Okay, 61, 651. Stop will be at 59, 548. At 60, 59, 900. That BNB. Yeah, this is my moment. I'm not gonna risk more than I've risked though. It's funny, yeah. Although honestly, Bitcoin's the weakest one right now, actually. BNB is strong. I mean, I like my strategy when it comes to BNB. See it continuing to push higher. So now the only thing I have left to do is BNB. Um, how do I do this? BNB. Okay. Hmm. Honestly, it looks like higher actually for BNB. So for BNB, I would maybe be interested in closer, limiting closer, and saying, hey, maybe this isn't going to pull back that far. Let's zoom in more, maybe a more local entrance. Yeah. So if I want to trade BNB, it's possible the market's going in up only mode. I'm gonna get hurt. But, wow. See a launch, yo. Send it. Hmm. Well, I have two options, here or here, and I could also do them small. So here's my two options. I like the lower one. I mean, this is asking for such a small retracement. Ah, I mean, it looks really good. Again, to me, ETH looks like almost the sickest, just because of the insane uh, move up in open interest. I guess I have three options. So the thing is, if I put my long right here, it would be the same as Bitcoin, basically. That would be that. This is where on the chart I'm looking for a Bitcoin long. So this is one idea, something like this, and I'm okay doing that. Probably will. Question is, what about this area? I feel like this one's too close. I mean, if I just look at what happened, like let's put Bitcoin stuff away for a moment and look. Total don't have. So look at open interest, open aggregate open interest. So look at the aggregate funding rate, right? It's quite hot. See aggregate open interest. Interest. Oh, I want global. Yeah, well, global open interest. Okay. So here to me, there's evidence also from BNB that I can, yeah, trade maybe in this area. What's going on? See this? Yeah, because that's actually, if we look at BNB, drop to a lower time frame here. From here is where open interest mooned. So if there would be a flush of that, it would be coming back down to here, which yeah, makes me want to limit lower. I'm expecting higher prices, but I'm just going to follow the map here. So let's do it for BNB as well. Targeting. Okay, go to BNB. 564. 565. 565 on BNB at 565. Hold up. Yeah, that seems fine. It doesn't need to be, it's like relatively higher than where Bitcoin's was. I kind of like the idea of going a little bit lower though. And if I'm to do this, then I want to maybe this one. If I'm gonna do this, I might reduce the size of my Bitcoin along. Okay, 563.85. Then I want my stop past the halfway point of this wick. Looks all right. Okay, looks good. 56, 563, 563.85. Stop loss at 554, which is 20. And then I can do like 30 of them. And my target's going to be where? Yeah, like up here at 626. Okay. So this one, I just don't have enough at risk, so I'm going to increase it. And for the Bitcoin one, I have a little bit more at risk than I want. I'm going to continue to trade small for a while. It's risk like, yeah. Okay, so it's done. I'm looking for, it's not a safe place to be long. Huge increase in open interest. Funding is very high. It's not, just don't ever want to short Bitcoin. And it looks really strong. And I like BNB, but we're also having a lot of different short signals. And we're going to take them. So, and Arkham, that's the one that I sized bigger. Remember, I was like, Arkham, I think I want more Arkham. This one looks good. So Arkham, yeah, is off to a good start. And we're done with the day. Another winning day. Not perfect, but I've had so many straight winning days. It's really awesome, and I'm loving trading this way. And I miss out sometimes. It's not perfect. It's ugly, but it works, and that's what you gotta care about, making money. So much love and peace.